This is Surreal Series, baby.
The Surreal Series, man.
Hell yeah, baby. What's up, fam?
All right, so we got your two hosts, Trevor Schultz
and Adam Barhu.
And it's the
We're
Surreal
just chilling
Series,
in
baby.
the studio, dude. You guys would not believe the kind of day that we had. Okay, so we started it out. You know, everything was good. Got about 4.5 hours of sleep. Dude, I was
planning
tossing
all night.
Tossing and turning all night, dude. I'm fucking freaking out. I'm like, oh shit, dude. What are we gonna talk about, dude? I'm fucking sitting there like
up at 3 a.m. I'm reading a book.
Yeah, you're reading a fucking book. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Fucking, I'm literally sitting in my bed watching fucking documentaries. I'm like, oh shit, dude. Tomorrow's gonna be fucking kicking the bucket.
Shout out to PBS Eons, baby.
Oh yeah, PBS Eons, dude. All night, dude. Those motherfuckers keep me up till 10 o'clock in the morning, dude.
They're like 5 to 10 minute documentaries about random species or just any history that's on Earth. That
Dumb
goes back
shit,
ancient. It's pretty interesting.
I mean, it's not dumb shit, but it's dumb shit. It's 10 minutes of fucking mind-numbing bullshit. Anyways,
stuff that you don't need to be thinking about.
Yeah, exactly.
While you're flipping patties at work.
Yeah. While you're flipping patties, or while you should be going to fucking bed, dude. Yeah, I'm literally sitting there at fucking 10 o'clock in the morning, still haven't slept yet, dude. I'm like, oh fuck, dude. Gotta be up in 30 minutes to go to work.
Yeah, pretty much the culmination of this whole podcast was me working all day at work, and then Bear, who would work pretty much almost all night. And so I would get out of work, go home, shower, clean up, maybe play a little bit of video games, hang out with my dog. And then around 5 p.m., 6 p.m., I'd roll up at Adam's house.
Yep.
You know, knocking on his window.
Yeah.
In his bedroom.
What's up, dude? I just fucking woke up.
Huh?
Dude, what?
I'm up.
Dude, did you ever hear me yelling through my window? I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't know if you were mad or you couldn't tell.
Oh, no, I just get mad,
what was
dude.
going on.
I just get mad when I wake up, dude.
Because I don't know how you wake. I've never actually woken you up.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you are one of those people that are dead as a rock, or if you'll just
No, I'm a light sleeper, dude. I'm immediately... Dude, like, I heard you today because I'm in the other room, but Trevor's fucking room is connected by a bathroom.
It's a Jack and Jill room.
Jack and Jill, yeah.
It's a double-sided door.
I literally heard you. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I literally heard you start playing a fucking YouTube video or some shit. I'm like, oh my god, dude, you killed it. You killed the sleep, dude.
Competitive video game YouTube videos, because I'm a nerd like
why
that.
the fuck not, dude? But yeah, so we we thought everything was gonna be good. Last night, one of the mic arms breaks on us just out of nowhere. Literally, the clamp's not even fitting on. We put so much time and effort into this podcast, guys. You have no idea. Probably, I would say at least.
I would say 30 hours just on the table.
Just on the table.
Yeah.
Just on the table alone. Okay? Not all the countless hours that I spent at work paying for this fucking equipment, dude.
Yeah.
But anyway, so fucking...
Shout out to Sweetwater, though, with those payment plans, dude. You don't even need a credit card.
Yeah, exactly. You guys ever want to do this? Okay? Go to Sweetwater, dude, okay? Yeah, it's super fucking easy. Sick. But yeah, so we have some shit break on us. Then we're like, okay, well, this is the fucking worst day of all time. So we have the shit break. I'm like, all right, dude, no big deal. We'll fix it in the morning. So we look up Guitar Center, and we're gonna go buy new arms, 2 new arms, right? And they're $100 a piece. Pretty expensive. We got top of the fucking line, dude. Why not?
The big boopity guap.
The big bongs. Anyways, so we go all the way to Guitar Center. By the way, we look it up online. It says 3 miles away.
In Canton. I'm like, Canton does not. Canton's not, because at first it's like it's in Canton. We're both like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'm like, wait, is this 3 miles away?
Yeah. Okay, so it's a short skip and a hop. So fucking we get in the car, we get some McDonald's, get ready to go. Look it up. It's like, yeah, it's 45 minutes away. All right, dude. Already checking the fucking box. You know what I mean? Checking the box of hard things to get past.
To mention before that, we did.
Yeah.
We called them. We're like, hey, you got those two, do you got two of those boom arms, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we got two of them, and then right the last second before they hang up, by the way, we're putting what they say, put in old country, like all of us over here, because the internet's out and they couldn't take cards.
Oh no, they just said everybody's not using cards right now.
I heard him use some funny term for
maybe, dude. He might have said we're in the old west or some weird shit, dude. I was like, I don't care what you're saying. I need the equipment, dude.
So that made us take like an extra 45 minutes going bank to bank.
Yeah. Yep.
Just to get the money, and then when we get there,
wait. So anyway, so we head out there, all this fucking bullshit, dude. 45 minutes of just driving. Then we get out there, right? I need to go to my bank, so oh no, actually Trevor went to his bank first. So we pull up at the bank, everything's Gucci. He has one that's inside a grocery store, right? Then we go to mine.
Get some water, have an argument over which brand tastes better.
Yeah. Dasani,
the classic.
Dasani or
Aquafina.
Aquafina. I'm an Aquafina kind of guy. Okay, I don't like either one of them.
Like
but if
tasting water,
dude, they're both shit.
Yeah. No,
okay, let's be honest, dude. They're not alkaline. They're super acidic.
They're not bad. Even above 9 pH. Yeah. Seriously.
We'll save that for another time. So anyway, we end up getting to Trevor's bank. It's inside a store. So then we go to my bank. We think that it's inside Target. No, it's not inside Target. I'm thinking this place is butt.
Well, it said it was like a quarter mile down the road from where it actually was.
Yeah, it said it was outside of Target. The fucking map literally showed the ping was at Target's front door.
Yeah, and that kind lady in there thankfully gave us the beautiful body signals to
she's
actually
go down, go this way, go that way. I want you to do a U-turn. No, but anyways, so fucking we get down there, and we pull into my Chase Bank, and so the first one is not reading my card at all. The second one, Trevor puts in because he's driving. He puts in my card. It's not working. So I say, hey, just go to the other one. Trevor proceeds to reverse, and he's less than a fucking inch away from the screen.
Like the metal.
Yeah. And he hits the pole. Dude, completely wipes off his whole mirror.
Oh, no, it wasn't the whole mirror.
Dude,
it was literally
you broke some shit off.
No, it wasn't the whole mirror. It was the front casing.
All right, fair.
You're making it look like I'm riding with one of those like people driving down the road with the pickup and the duct taped on mirror.
We should call you Autistic Andy. Anyway, so he backs out, and then it falls off. The plate falls off of it. So just the casing, I guess you would call it. The casing falls off of it, and then Trevor goes, well, as long as I just don't run over it. And he starts backing up and just... And I just look at him like, yeah, you ran over it. So we end up getting out of there.
Well, Bear is like, you're such an idiot. I'm like, honestly, dude, at this point, the shit we've been going through for the past day and a half, I'm going home. I will suck this money.
Yeah.
Whatever. I will throw it at whatever I need to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's a lease. At the end of the day, it'll get done.
It's been 5 months of this bullshit.
Yeah, dude.
It hasn't even just been today.
No, it's literally every damn thing. Like when we went and bought like the wrong gloss polyethylene. Polyurethane, whatever it was. Or going back and forth with that. We did like 3 times.
Yep. So I mean, I did contract construction for a while, and I know pretty well what I'm doing.
He's pretty much like Bob the Builder.
I'm pretty much like a fucking adolescent Bob the Builder who really doesn't know too much, but I know enough as far as like,
enough to get himself into some shit that he doesn't belong in. You know, the fake it till you make it.
Bob
quality.
The Builder, can he fuck it up? Of course he can. So
because it's not Bob, it's Adam.
Yeah, it's Bear here, the Builder. So we painted this table. We put a lacquer on it, right? But first we spray painted our logo onto it. It actually looks really cool when we get a video podcast.
Like with the whole logo pricing and running off those papers at the FedEx stuff, dude.
Okay, so we went... let me finish this up, but we for the table, we actually we put our logo on that. Well, I'll tell you about putting the logo in a second. But as far as spray painting it on, everything went Gucci. It looked phenomenal. Fire. It looks so beautiful. And then, so we put the lacquer on it, and I'm like, hey, dude, I've done this before. You know what I mean? I'd never done it with spray paint on something, but I had done it before.
And I don't think you've ever done it at 8:30 at night.
No, also at 8:30 at night. No. So I started rubbing off most of the spray paint on it. Not most of it, just a small tidbit, and I'm OCD enough that it's pissing me off like every day that I look at it.
Like a couple nipples.
Yep. So at some point we're gonna fix that. But when we have the video podcast, which will be coming at some point, you guys will see it. It's a beautiful table. It's a nice big table, and it's it's enough to accompany everything that we need, you know. And dude, tell them about the logo though, dude.
Oh, okay. So there's we walk into like a FedEx print office or FedEx office, and you know, they have, in some of them, it's professional grade printing. So it's for a lot of companies printing up posters or trying to make those fold signs that go out front for any custom message you want to put out. Just really high quality printing. And so we wanted to go into there just to print up a few layers of our logo so that we could cut out stencils at different layers so we could spray paint them different colors, you know. The obvious fourth grade stuff.
Pretty
in
basic
art.
stuff.
Even I understand, and I'm not art inclined. So, obviously, since we got it done.
Yeah.
But so from there, we walk up to the counter, and right away, I could tell that guy was like,
he didn't know what he was doing.
I don't blame him because he's literally told us he's new here.
Yeah.
No problem there. Right. But I could tell, like, once we were like trying to get down it, we pulled out a USB flash drive, and his eyes got to the size of dinner plates. Like, oh shit!
The guy walked in. I saw these kids come in. I thought, this is going to be easy. They're going to ask me to print out their school project. 6 papers of...
No, I can't 3D print you a volcano.
But I can print why Benjamin Franklin was the best president. Mm-hmm. He's not even a president. That's the worst part. You know that kid got an F, dude. Benjamin Franklin's the best president because he connected he connected a kite to a light post, and that's not even what he did.
It was a key.
Yeah, exactly. That's not even what he did. You're getting it even wrong on that. You couldn't even get that fact right. Anyway, so yeah, we walk up there, and it's like this guy's like, he's like, oh yeah, I can do it. So he's like resizing it, and before I'm ready to give the go, I'm like, oh. How much are you talking about?
And this is for 3 copies, by the way.
This is for 3 copies of like, dude, the logo's like 2 feet by 2 feet. The thing might have been like 3 feet by 3 feet. Not huge. And it was normal printer paper. That's the catch of it all. It's black and white, and it's normal printer paper. Okay? This dude, what was it? $85
per sheet.
Per sheet.
It was like no. It was like $70 because it came out to like $216. It came out. Remember? Because
It was like 70 a sheet.
No, we're good. So then we walk over to the do-it-yourself printer, looked it up ourselves, sized it. Had it all set. We just didn't have the right USB. They didn't have the picture and the right type of image. We needed a JPEG, and we had it in like a JNG or JNP or whatever it is. But and that was like $30.30. It's like, okay.
So no, it wasn't even that. $15.
Oh, was it? Oh yeah.
It was $15.
Because that was for the big copies.
Yeah, that's for all of it. $15.
Yeah, so $15.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
dude, you were about to charge me 20
without
times
even
the
recommending
price?
that. Without recommending that,
Yeah,
though, you know?
Yeah.
Because,
exactly.
you knew we said what we were going to do with it, too, you know? So that's why I give him the benefit of the doubt that he's new. You know, God knows he probably worked at a restaurant as a waiter for the past 6 years and doesn't know anything about working at a FedEx
this
office.
Is the catch. This is the job that
it's a government job, dude. He's probably making, what, $40,000 a year?
FedEx isn't a government
job.
no,
I'm sorry.
U.S. Postal
UPS is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, FedEx is government. FedEx is the government contract. UPS,
it's probably government contracted, but it's not.
FedEx is government postal. They're contracted with the government. I'm pretty sure.
You sure it's not the U.S. Postal Service?
I think
UPS.
I just remember hearing it was like
UPS
with
isn't even.
UPS. It was like if
This is why we got this computer.
about not emailing, but mailing stupid stuff like drugs and stuff. You would want to mail it through like UPS instead of FedEx because FedEx is like contracted to screen all of their packaging through the government. I don't know if it's just like a process that they do or if it's even affiliated with the government, or I may be getting it backwards. Who knows?
Let's look at this.
I'm 23 years old, man. I don't know this stuff. I just work here.
I just work. Watch it. Just say it's gonna say nothing.
Come on, Jamie.
FedEx government rules or government rates. Yeah, we're not going through this whole thing.
Yeah, no, that's a rabbit hole that I don't even want to get down.
Yeah, I wish we had. We had a Jamie, dude. Hey, pull the
shout out to anybody that wants to be a Jamie. By the way, come help out. Not full time or anything, but if you want to mess around and stuff, we're definitely.
We do it once a week.
Yeah,
3 hours. I mean,
at max. Like, and then the rest of the time would pretty much like, go out to eat.
Hey,
chill.
You want a recommendation? You're doing something with audio. We'll give you a recommendation. We're not gonna pay for your shit. We're not gonna pay you. I can do this myself. Anyways, so
maybe not as good though, but we'll learn.
Probably not
slowly,
as good. Probably nowhere as good.
Slowly but surely.
Tell me how shitty this podcast sounds, dude. When you no, I'm kidding. It's probably
I have confidence. It sounds.
Yeah, I think. Well, we're hearing it in our own ears, but it sounds really good here.
With how we were messing with the sound before.
Yeah. We spent multiple hours, tweaking the sound, making it sound perfect. Hey, by the way, shout out to Anthony Maldonado. I'm sure some of you guys know him, especially friends of mine. He did a lot of work for us as far as the intro music that you guys heard at the beginning. He did that, and we have some promo pictures coming out. So he did those for us too. He took the promos and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, if you guys ever need something done as far as that, give him a shout out.
Oh yeah, very nice guy too. All smiles.
Yes, he's super easy to work with. You know what I mean? He's not like disrespectful at all.
If you don't like him, chill. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the issue.
Exactly.
That's definitely the issue there.
Exactly.
So, for sure.
So, but can you continue the story though? So we end up getting a Guitar Center, just to grab these fucking mics, dude. Or not the mics,
boom arms.
The boom arms.
Yeah. So just set the scene of how when I was walking in there. All right. So, it's a music store. I'm gonna walk behind Barahu. Yeah. He knows generally where to go more than me. Yeah. So I'm following him. Yeah. And there's a bunch of ladders set up because they're working on the internet. I figured, I'm like, well, it's a good thing we got the money because they're still working on it. And behind that, there's a worker playing on some electric piano.
He's playing
electric, and then the other workers like clapping him on, like, yeah, he's like,
dude,
that's so good, bro.
yeah, bro.
Yeah. And then we go to walk past to look at these XLR cables, which are just like the audio cables connecting our mics to our mix amp and to get the audio through to the computer.
Yeah.
Well, we were looking at that. We ended up finding where some of the boom arms were. They had like a little podcast room. No one was helping us out still for a couple of minutes. We walk up to the front desk. This guy literally ignores us for probably a solid 5 to 10 seconds, then says, "What's up, guys?"
Yeah.
Like really quiet.
Dude, we were standing there, like, I'm not even shitting you. No one said anything or acknowledged that we were there for 2 minutes.
Dude. They were like looking us out of the corner of their eyes. Like, I felt like they were being like, they were mad at us, like the way they were looking.
How dare you come and
interrupt stuff?
No, how dare you come and interrupt my piano solo? How dare you come, dude? I was playing. He was playing chopsticks too, which is like the worst part.
We got Yo-Yo Ma over here. Yeah, he doesn't even play piano, does he?
No, dude.
It's cello, right?
Yo-Yo Ma? I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I don't Yo-Yo Ma. I'll quit while I'm ahead.
Yeah, please, dude. Get on my face with that.
Anyways, back.
I don't know music
So we get up
theory,
to the desk.
Dude.
We get up to the desk anyways, and this guy ignores us, and he's like typing away on this computer. And then, so he's like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And then like he's looking down at his computer, and we're like, "Hey, we're here looking for boom arms." And he's like, and then looks at his boss, walks away from the computer. Like, he completely drops what he's doing, doesn't say anything. Yeah. And then his boss comes up. He's like, "What you guys need?" And it was just like, so you just didn't want to talk to us? At least that's what it feels like, Like, come on, take my money, dude. We're coming in here to spend $250 real quick.
Yeah.
Easy sell.
Dude.
I don't know. I think that's an issue that I have with a lot of people when it's coming to sales. And I know that's why I shout out to all those like wait staff and people like that out there, especially like
dealing with any sales associate,
rude
like
people,
that.
and they're very pleasant still and keep that attitude. But like especially when it's someone coming into, you're trying to sell them a product, not even just food, but like something that you can get a serious commission off of, even if you're somebody working at Art Van, like sell it, dude. Like why? Because a lot of people, my dad used to talk about it. He worked at Art Van for a little bit, and salesmen would literally judge people walking in the door. So like there was a trashy looking family of 3, ratty, tattered clothes, and they were walking in like loud and boisterous. And then like all the salesmen walked away. My dad walked up, said hi. Turns out their house just burnt down, and they're buying new furniture for their entire house.
Yeah.
So like my dad,
so he made that big sale.
Yeah. And it's like, so why, especially in that position, like you should definitely give everybody the benefit of the doubt, at least 10 times over. Because like you can make that sale, and who knows, you might even make a cool connection or friend out of it.
100%, dude. Honestly, like that's the big thing is like I don't ever. I shouldn't say I don't ever. I don't want to speak in absolutes, but most of the time I don't judge people by how they look. Honestly, dude, I met so many people. One of my best friends back in the day, dude, would dress the rattiest, dude, literally the trashiest, dude. And I shouldn't say this because he's probably going to listen to this and he's going to be like, that's me. But he's going to be like, yeah, dude, so what'd you say about me, dude? But anyways, he dressed like shit, and he was like one of the most well-off kids. You know what I mean?
It's just like that. Like that was his style kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, he just didn't care. That's the thing.
Like that's a style.
And I admired that. I admired that about people. Actually,
if you learn to not care early in life, especially.
Yeah, exactly, dude. This is middle school too. This is like when people cared the most.
Like
know
when
what I mean?
There's the cool backpack. Everybody had.
You're going through puberty, dude. Your pubic fucking hair was starting to grow. You're
3 of them.
Your voice is starting to, Anyway, so. Yeah, dude, that was like, and
it was a domination game. Whoever had the best flashes.
Yeah, there were so many things though about this kid that was just like, kind of like, steered people away from him. But he ended up just being like the nicest, funniest kid. He just ended up being like a great person, and he dressed like shit. But he could afford his own clothes. He could afford Supreme, is that the band?
Supreme Patty, baby.
I got
Supreme
bag.
Patty.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Anyway, so he could afford all that shit.
But yeah, I experienced that type of sales experience a lot though. Like with even just when you're going into some corner store, whatever, you're going to buy Gatorades, and people like. Or, like the time when we were at Five Guys a few weeks ago, like that girl, like we talked about it. She's like, how was your day? And then you were like, good. How about yours? And she's like, oh, mine's good. And you're like, oh, that's good. Why is that? And she's like, like not a lot of people are trying to get that extra conversation.
Yeah. That's the thing is like,
she was young.
On her end, I mean, there's a lot of people. I'm I'm generally just a really talkative person, and it's easy to talk to. You know what I mean? Same with you.
If you catch me in the right spot.
Yeah. But I've seen you in multiple, settings. Just stir up conversation, even though it's not it shouldn't be.
It's not the natural way that it would flow.
Sure, but it's not demanded of you that you even start that conversation. Mm-hmm. You have no reason, dude. Honestly, I do this all the time. I'll just start a conversation for no reason. And I think that's why we're doing this podcast, is because we love talking. But so I mean, the thing is, in nowadays, we have all this social media blocking our ability. With you have your filter, and you have the ability to rewrite what you're gonna say. People don't have that in face to face.
And change what you're gonna see too.
Yeah.
Like you can completely block it. Like just because you don't like this person or who they are, you have this opinion of somebody. Yeah. You can just erase their opinion from existence forever.
Can you do that in a face-to-face conversation? Of course not.
No.
You have no ability to do that. And that's why people, and I try and have conversations even with people a couple years older than me, but they're heavily influenced in social media. They still can't hold a conversation, dude. Mm-hmm. I notice it with people that are younger. That's a very prevalent thing. You know what I mean? But dude, I can't even talk to anybody, dude. It's like dude, I feel like steered away from like trying to hold a conversation with people that are younger, even just anybody that, dude, like commits their time to that shit. Just like you don't even know how to talk anymore.
Well, yeah, and that's an issue that I dealt with, in the past year and a half, 2 years, and finding myself was that I thought that I had a really bad social problem in the sense that I didn't know how to converse. But what I'm starting to realize is a lot of people's conversations are based around being like quick and snippy, like social media posts. Like whoever gets that first funny tweet is going to get those good likes and retweets.
Yeah.
And like, so you're trying to say like a quick quote, you're trying to say something that's referenced or memed, or you're just trying to be quick and funny or quick to the point, lay your point across quick. Only have 104, well now 240 characters or 280, whatever it is.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah, like that quick few amount of characters where like with me, like most of the time I won't have something truly to say after somebody says it after like 5 minutes because I sit there and ponder on it. I think about all these things that I think about the connecting details, and then it's like, well, see, this is what I think is cool about what you just said. Like 5 minutes later, that's how I come off about something. Yeah. And that doesn't work in normal conversational format anymore.
No, it doesn't at all.
A lot of people don't like getting in deep conversations.
Yeah, dude, and that's a problem that we live in this society is.
I wouldn't even say society, just culture of the world. That's where it is everywhere. Pretty much, except in third world.
It's just, it's a global culture. It's literally a global culture, dude. I even my family's from a third world country, dude. It's even huge there, man.
Shout out to Albania, though. Cool place to go.
That is not where I'm from. Algeria, guys. Algeria. Not
I know.
Albania.
I make fun of them because it's from Liam Neeson's film Taken.
I have a particular set of skills. I'll kill you. That's my skill.
I like the Family Guy part where he's like, I don't have any skills.
I don't have any skills. I won't combine you, and I won't. But yeah, no, dude, that's really the biggest problem is. And speaking of which, me and Trevor used to work together, and we worked. So we were both holding basically manager positions. Trevor was officially a manager. I wasn't really officially a manager. But,
yeah, pretty much. I
became a manager towards the end.
Yeah, I was like, me and you were working a lot together. Yeah. So like he was basic.
We ran the store. Me and you.
You were my wherever I wasn't. You were.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Exactly. That's how we had it. Pretty much. It was nice.
Yeah. And but we had a lot of younger people, and the only people that I would have genuine conversations, I couldn't tell you that I knew anything about their life. You know what I mean? I just knew their stupid snide remarks and this
dumb opinions.
Yeah, it's just garbage that they're gurgling out, dude. It's just they're regurgitating everything that they're hearing, and just that's really what I was feeling from that. I'm not just trying to follow a trend where I'm like, oh, nobody understands. No, only 90 kids will understand this. I'm not trying to follow that. Okay, what I'm saying is I don't have enjoyment not having a intellectual and a meaningful and a very personal conversation with somebody. I love having those. I love getting to know people. That's my favorite thing, and that's why I think I'm really good at dissecting people, stuff like that. Trevor's phenomenal at that too. Trevor's told me things about myself that I'm like, I never really thought about it that way. You're right, dude. So I mean, that's the thing, man. I can't stand this, and I want to do something about it. That's me and you have talked a lot about changing the world.
Oh yeah, just in social awareness.
Yeah, social awareness.
Realizing that person sitting across from you, or on that screen that you're typing at, or the phone that you're talking on, or the website you're posting on, whatever. That's another person on the other side of that.
A real human being,
like
a real human being. Everything that you feel, that person feels
too.
Yeah,
in some ways, you don't know where they've been.
Imagine. You could be the bottom of the bucket, but there's probably somebody that's always lower than you.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Every time. The same way that there's someone that's always bigger and badder than the best.
Yeah.
Like the biggest and baddest person in the world is only the most known.
Exactly. Yeah.
The other person's gonna come out of the woodwork.
That's that's a theme that we're probably just gonna try and follow like throughout this whole series. I mean, of course, there's times where we're gonna shit on people who deserve it.
Oh well,
idiots.
Yeah.
That's
people that are propagating the exact opposite message of what we're trying to portray, which only hurts people.
And hey, We're human beings. We find things funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's what.
Well,
it's,
yeah, we're also aspiring. Like we want to start doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
So, we kind of have a sick sense of humor in the world. The sense is that we laugh at a little bit more than we should sometimes, but also the way that we want to point things out is finding the humor in what people say that they don't even realize is not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so incorrect.
Exactly.
People that are lost in such negativity and bringing people down and just getting that good feeling off of hurting people.
Yeah.
Or, I've never found the satisfaction in that. Like, I mean, everybody's had those things that they've posted that are not nice online.
100%. I've been guilty of it.
Yeah, just posting negative crap.
Yeah.
But as of right, like, I can't say I've done something like that for the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, in the sense where after a while, I just kind of closed into myself and realized, why is that even worth doing?
Yeah. So one thing that I really started to find out about myself is, and this started upsetting me, and I drew a line when I was about like 15 years old, is when I was younger, I think I've told you this, but I felt as if I was like the defender of the weak, almost, I'd done all this martial arts training, I'd done wrestling, I'd done all that stuff. I knew how to defend myself, and I felt bad for others, more so than I could see any other kid, because I'd see kids getting bullied. I could name off names, but I'd rather not. But these certain kids, they'd just be pushed around all day. I'd hear people say this stuff to them. I'd hear people talk behind their back. I'd hear them, say something loud enough for this kid to hear. And dude, I'd see like the sadness on them, and I'd start to defend them. But as I got older, I started giving into that bullying. But it was especially on like Facebook and stuff when that first came out, or like MySpace or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That
MySpace
became
was the worst. I think that was the catalyst.
That cooked the chicken, dude. That cooked that chicken. Yeah, 100%. So, and I mean, I started realizing that, and it was about like 15 or 16 that I was like, "Whoa, dude, who did I become? Like, what did I really just do here? I just flipped the biggest 180 ever, and it's not." And I didn't do it consciously. I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to start being a dick because I'm trying to be popular or whatever. It was literally just like, I forgot that people were people. You know what I mean? There became a barrier between me and this person. All I saw them was as a computer screen and a comment. And I said, fuck you.
That sounds like a dumb way to think about it. Oh, they're just a computer screen or a comment. But like, if you look back on it, how did you actually envision them? And that's really what it was, like other than that, like, because obviously you wouldn't have done those things if you looked at them as one of your friends.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't say 100%. That type of stuff to your friends. 100%. But I mean, the friends do shit on each other, and they should.
I literally shit on my friends.
Well,
I literally take
you
a
were on
fat
the phone.
dude.
You were on the phone today, for example. I mean, won't bring it up, but you were on the phone.
My friends and shit on their fucking feet. No, yeah. What were you saying? Sorry.
But like when we were on the phone today, just like how you literally like you set them in place.
Oh yeah, 100%. Hey, dude, 100%.
It's good to do that.
Well, no, I gotta keep it real. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If it's something that I don't think you should be doing, and I think
don't endorse bad shit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm over that, dude.
Yeah,
I'm over it.
That's high school shit.
Yeah, dude. When I was 15, I was like, yeah, dude, what?
Fuck your parents. Go
kick
smoke
that
weed.
mailbox over, dude.
Go
Whatever,
smoke
bro.
Weed. Drink some more with me.
Nowadays, I'd be like, dude, you just kick that mailbox. You just kick that mailbox over. What are you 10? Go up to that house and go pay the money, dude.
No, you're gonna take that home. You're gonna paint that mailbox, and you're gonna bring it back, and it's gonna have birds and flowers.
I wouldn't do that. I just fucking force them into financial strain. You go pay for that now.
Now?
Yeah, dude. I had a buddy.
Get in the car now.
Get in the car now.
No.
I had a buddy that tried to steal something like 2 years ago from a store. I was like, I literally slapped him out of his fucking hands. I was like, no, dude. No.
Here, come. Drop that.
I'm not letting you do that.
You almost accidentally stole that.
There's a bug flying, like a little gnat.
Yeah,
either that or it's my eyes.
I see it. It's just...
Anyways. But anyways, so yeah, I mean, that's something that I would really like to bring to light. As far as we've both gone through our fair share of garbage, in our life.
Doo-doo.
Yeah. Some caca. Some caca in our pants. You know what I mean? But we've gone through some tough times though. And I think that's really what leads me to want to do comedy though, is the tough shit.
Well, that's the way
I
we
learned
found
how to,
our way.
Yeah, I learned how to laugh it off. Mm-hmm. This is my favorite thing, and I hope people can join along. I love making fun of myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
To a necessary extent.
To a necessary extent. When it becomes overbearing, that's when I'm like, all right, dude, chillax. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a weird line with comedy, though. Or just, well, I mean, comedy is an art that it's an art. It's just like painting or drawing. It's just like martial arts or anything. You know, it's an art where, like, anybody can practice it. And, well, if you're one of the best, that's a whole different story. But, like, comedy, I believe everybody should exercise that. Some people might not use it as much as others. But there is a comedy for everybody. There is clean comedy. Like, personally, I mean, me and you, we like kind of a little bit raunchier comedy in a sense, but not even like nasty, but like in the sense where some weird things will get brought up that, you know, you wouldn't want to have brought up in front of kids.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So like, but then there's those things where, you know, like comedy clubs where you can literally bring your grandmother and feel safe with, like, you know, whatever being said, that nothing will offend anybody. You know, like, there's a comedy certainly for everybody.
Yeah.
But the only thing that's wrong is that some people will go and, you know, say that the raunchier comedy, so there's some comedy that is poorly executed. For sure.
100%.
For sure. For sure. But like, at the end of the day, some people, they do need to realize, like, they're probably stupid and they didn't realize they're stupid yet, and they're trying to be funny, and it went terribly wrong. You know, so I don't know, like,
you can look up YouTube, like, worst comedian ever. I'm sure
comedian
you'll find
bombs.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
top comedian bombs, dude.
Yeah. You'll find some guy that's just like sitting up on stage sweating. He's like, he never got comfortable with himself. That's really it. He never learned to make fun of all the flaws that he had, or all the things that he did wrong, or the hardships that he faced. He never learned how to do that. So what is he going to talk about? What is he going to talk about?
Exactly. And that, I think that it takes a lot. That's a lot of, like, if you like, oh, I think raunchy comedy is funny, like, maybe you don't even belong in it. Yeah. Because, like, there's some people, like, because, like, they lived that life. Like, that's the only way that true comedians become the best, is because they're living that too, in a way. So, but that's how it's a lot of comedians' downfall too, is they're held up to that persona. But
so I guess I was thinking of something a while ago, and this kind of stuck with me. It was my own thought. This isn't a quote of somebody else, but, like, you don't really understand idiocracy unless you're an idiot sometimes. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Well, you have to see both sides of the fence.
Yes, and idiocracy is the funniest thing.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least. Idiocracy is the funniest
here's
thing.
a quote that I heard that's been sticking with me for a couple of years now. All right? That
wasn't a quote. That was my own thought.
Well, I'm just telling you, as I heard this. I don't even know where it was from. But
Okay,
just like, because, I mean, that's quoted from somewhere, you know, like. So it's, if you see something wrong that's in somebody else, that's because it's also in you.
It's pretty much almost seated in what I was saying. Yeah.
Just on a deeper, you know, so like whenever I think that quote right there makes it a lot easier for me to not be mad at people on some occasions, just because, like, anytime, like, any movie, any TV show, any person you've ever met in life that you've respected the most and looked up to the most, they were not mad and didn't lose their shit in occasions that everybody else would. Yeah. You know, so that's just like, so I apply it to any situation where you're pissed off and you're trying to 100% justify yourself. You might have 55% justification for why you were mad, but you also have to admit that that other 45% should have been your calm, collected. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think, to be honest, so with people that are like too, they're too full of themselves. They never understand that they ever messed up in the first place. You know what I mean? So you got people, let's say, like, hyper geniuses. You know what I mean? People like, I don't know, Bill Gates. Something.
I would say
Bill Gates isn't even a genius. He's just a man that made a lot of good decisions.
I would say Elon is
Elon Musk, dude.
What you're talking about.
So he probably looks at us like fucking shrimp in the sea. You know what I mean? Like, we're plebeian trash. You know, not to say that's actually what he thinks. And he could have been somebody that realized that he's done things.
He knows he's on another level.
Yeah, but I don't even think he's the kind of person. You know what I mean? He doesn't think of himself as any better. He wants to better the world probably because he understands that he loves other people.
No, I'm saying is he knows he's on another level and he wants to take advantage of that and help.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Like Albert Einstein or any.
But a lot of people who are at that plane just look down so much, and that's the thing. Those people will never have a reflection in life that's comedic or anything that's hilarious to them because they don't see themselves in that.
And that's the difference between good and great.
Yes.
Just in anything.
Yeah.
Because like we were talking about last week or earlier this week is just like, did you go to school with some kid where like his dad was like a famous like just sports player, or something, and then like he never, like you saw him and he never said a thing about it, never mentioned it.
I have a couple kids like that, but
just never mentioned it.
Yeah.
And that's like the out of due respect, like won't even mention his name of who it is.
And he's
just
he's a friend.
Just there to,
I knew because I went to school with him since third grade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it wasn't something he ever brought up. Not in school, nothing like that. He'd meet a new person. We'd have new people come in, or even in high school. I never heard him say anything. When you got to high school or anything, like, oh, my dad does this. No, I never heard it. Not once. And I'm, obviously trying to refrain from using names. Yeah. But at some point,
Yeah.
No, I'm going to at some point. Yeah. You do it. We'll 10 years. 10 years, I'll start using names. Yeah, I don't know. Dude.
I know who owns Chili's. You know Mr. Chili's?
Mr. Chili. Mr. Derek Chili. I'm friends with his son. Robert Chili. Chili's. Baby back ribs.
No, I'm pretty sure his name would be Poblano Chili.
Poblano Chili.
Yeah. That's probably dude, if I own Chili's, dude, that's what I name my son's name, dude. Poblano.
Dude. I know the guy that invented fucking NASA.
I know the guy that invented silly straws.
I know the guy. I know the guy that invented the universe. God, my main man.
I've got a picture of him on my wall.
I got a picture of God on my wall. That's not a real song, but it sounded like a real song.
It's good enough for me. Good enough for me, man.
Oh, we're gonna be making real songs, by the way, people.
Yeah, eventually we're gonna be messing around with that type of stuff.
We're gonna be doing stuff. I got stuff on my phone. Good stuff. Not that good stuff. I'm not that creative with beats.
Expect our first EP that drops to be, or I would just say a single. Would be about.
I'm not making no EP. I'm gonna make one song. You guys are gonna hate it.
Single. It's gonna be about Michael Scott. Rap like his Dunder Mifflin.
Trying to make some Logan Paul shit, dude. Trying to make some Logan Paul raps.
Did you see the video of him like versing that guy in boxing, and he like the guy
knocked him out,
and he knocked him out, but like he made him rap music video about it and was like rapping with the guy that he knocked out. The guy's like, he's gonna knock me out.
No way.
And it's just like that's such a sellout. Oh my gosh, dude! Just to get some views on your YouTube. It's like, are you kidding me?
He's gonna knock me out.
Yeah, it's just that's
hilarious.
Like because it's weird to me because even with people that like make fake social media accounts to like bump their own real profile up and stuff, yeah, like I don't know how people fathom it doing that type of stuff, or just doing like he's gonna knock me out kind of thing, like. Mm-hmm. Selling out like that, just like I don't know, like I respect myself too much.
Yeah, that. Exactly.
I don't understand how some people can just.
You're gonna ask me to fight you. I'm gonna knock your bitch ass out, and I'm not gonna sing no fucking song that says
I'm not gonna
knock me out.
Yeah,
and then just stand there with my face wide open, hands behind my back, just knock me out.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, dude, because people.
I don't understand
that really ties into what we were talking about. This fucking whole social media culture, dude. Literally, it's for the likes, it's for the views. Yeah, exactly, dude. Honestly, I don't care if this podcast doesn't get a single fucking view. I don't care, dude.
I mean, it would hurt my heart a little bit.
I don't
but
care,
at the same
dude.
time,
At the end
like,
of the day,
well, yeah, but I'm saying like at the end of the day, I'm gonna still keep doing it. It's not gonna make me stop
dude,
if we don't get views.
you're one of my closest buddies of all time,
yeah.
dude. And you know what I mean? Just for us to be able to sit here, you know, with some cool ass mics in front of our face, drinking some beers. By the way, we're drinking some Founders All Day IPA. It's a great beverage. I wouldn't say my favorite. I've been on Bell's Space Rock for.
Looks like Bob Ross drew the picture, so
Bob Ross did draw that picture. You take that back. Bob Ross would never draw something this shitty.
Well, no,
Bob
that
Ross
looks like, no, that looks like one
Bob
of his
Ross
quick, like how to make a 10-minute painting.
That's
like,
true, actually.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those
He was
trees,
really
those
good
trees, those trees though. Those trees though, not Bob Ross. You know, he'd make a beautiful tree. He'd be like, "There's a big oak in the back. There's a big oak tree in the back, and a couple little trees, you know, hanging and dancing
a little
around.
sprout of happiness at the top of that mountain.
Yeah, exactly.
Little,
We're gonna dance down that mountain.
And a little peep of love river coming down the side.
We're gonna dance down that mountain.
Tra-la-la-la.
Dude, I love Bob.
Shaking his
I
shoulders.
love Bob Ross, dude.
R.I.P.,
You
man,
see
I
my
miss him.
you see my shirt with Bob Ross, and he's in space. Bob Ross is in space, dude. I love Bob Ross. He's a great guy, dude. There's this one episode that I saw, and he's like, oh, he has like a squirrel, and he's like, I've been taking care of these squirrels for the last year and a half.
I rescued him out of a tree in Indonesia.
Pretty much, dude. No, like, they're in the back. They're in his backyard. He's like, I had to rescue them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what a nice guy. You know,
save them squirrels.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Bob Ross, for your service, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace. Anyways, so I mean, okay, dude. So I want to talk about this. Even though we just, you know, we're kind of trying to keep it to what we were just talking about, you know, kind of going over the basis of why we're doing this. But since it is kind of breaking news within the last couple of days, have you heard anything about the dudes, the people found dead in the back of a truck?
From,
dude, they was in like England, man.
No, but I've been hearing weird cases about like hundreds of people that are stuffed up in semis coming across the border in Mexico and getting found in like supermarket parking lots and stuff, dude.
Here, if you want to just kind of browse over that. But basically what happened is that I don't know if they have definitive evidence of what happened or like why they were in there.
How do I scroll?
But it's like Chinese immigrants or something like that. It's like a Mac. 2 fingers. Just take 2 fingers, man.
I wasn't reading my fingers.
How is it not?
I don't know.
Space your fingers out more. All right, man. You're just okay. So Trevor's fingers just don't.
They
work
just don't read
on
your laptop.
Yeah.
I guess I
Yeah.
don't know.
So,
Whatever.
well,
Oh, there we
okay,
go.
yeah, that's how you read it.
There's why we needed Jamie. But
Jamie.
so I mean, what's your own personal plot synopsis on this so far?
Okay, so I haven't really read too much into it, but it is breaking news, and I mean, I don't know if they've done extensive, like, you know, they had extensive findings, but basically, and that's an oopsies. Basically, and it's spilling on my leg. Give me 1 second, guys.
Wow. All right.
Basically, what happened is, 38 people were found dead, and 39 people. Why is it, dude? Okay,
Just refresh.
that's not what's going on. Here we go. Okay, there we go.
39.
39 people dead.
Were Chinese nationals.
nationals. Okay, there we go. So,
well, I mean, that could have a lot to do with like the riots that are happening out in Hong Kong and everything. Well, Hong Kong's technically its own thing.
it's
from
its
China,
own,
so
yeah, it's its own nation.
yeah. Never mind about that.
31 men and 8 women. Why is it more men than women? I mean, not a bias against it, but
Well, I honestly have a theory that it's probably just like human trafficking gone wrong. They're just charging money.
organs. Some
Yeah.
39 people are 4 corners processed to establish a cause of death.
39 people found dead in the back of a semi-truck
Here we go.
from China. Investigators believe the 31 men and 8 women froze to death in the refrigerated trailer in a human smuggling operation.
Yep.
The driver is under arrest and being questioned as investigators raid 2 homes in Northern Ireland. A surveillance camera capturing the truck driving in England minutes before the bodies were found. Police say it arrived from Belgium on a ferry.
Well, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Well, Bear who stepped away to the bathroom really quick, but so basically, his theory was correct, is that it's probably just human organ trafficking because they're found in a refrigerated bus. So it has a lot to do with just selling organs, which, I mean, it's a pretty lucrative business if you think about it, especially on the black market.
Republicans make a stand on Capitol Hill.
Of course,
Lisa
it's
Brady,
just going to
Fox
keep...
News. Top GOP senators are demanding that...
Going to keep playing. There we go. Bye-bye. But that also reminds me of this really weird case that I was reading about that was in... Man, I forget what city. I don't remember if it was out. It was somewhere out in Europe or a little bit even further east of Europe. But so it was this case where people were complaining about this foul smell from a house for weeks and weeks and weeks, and they thought it was like rotting dead bodies. But it turns out it was a group of like 6 people that were collecting tortoises and just lining the entire bottom of the house. And this entire house was lined with live tortoises, half-dead tortoises, just trying to collect them because their shells are worth such a value compared to what...
Where did I just jump into, dude? So what are you talking about?
Basically, what they explained is, it sounds like organ trafficking, but I was saying that sounded like it reminded me of a weird case I was reading about, which was that there was human trafficking. Or not human trafficking, tortoise trafficking. So there was this house that for weeks people were reporting a foul stench that was unusual, and a lot of turtles smell like a turtle nest, like ugh. Like I've had family that have had pet turtles and it smells disgusting. But so they're beautiful creatures. They're beautiful, but like when you have thousands of them collected, because they literally this ranch level house, like 3-story ranch house, was just littered with tortoises top to bottom. The whole floor was covered, and so they ended up finding that it was like 5 or 6 people in a smuggling operation where they would grab tortoises from nature, and then somebody would eventually come pick them up and ship them out because their shells were of high value. Okay. So it's kind of like shark fin soup, where like they didn't, they just kind of waste the animal for the one piece. Yeah.
So, I mean, dude. Okay, so I have no. Okay, I'm like. Kind of like a conservationist. I love animals. That's why I studied biology. I
don't know who's more me or you. I would say me in a way a little bit.
So I understand culture though. That's the big thing. Is like, in Algeria. So I had shark fin and ray fin while I was in Algeria, and of course I'm not going to deny my family or.
Well, it's already there. Like, it's not like it didn't happen.
And my aunt didn't fucking go out in the ocean
do you want
either.
One
she's not cutting off their fins and whatever, but she is supporting it, whatever. I can't really be judged on it, but I guess people in Algeria and other third world countries and other countries that don't really have don't have law against that can be judged, but it's part of their culture. See, okay, so these people lived in they live in a bay. You know what I mean? Their main export is fish, is all that stuff. Do I totally agree with them cutting off the fins and not using the whole body? No, I absolutely don't, and I don't believe that they do that there. I think I asked, and I don't believe that it was that they. I believe that
just
they
the
use
most common practice. That's not saying they did that there, but that is.
But that's like in China and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's how they do it.
There are cultures that are very brutal with how they treat their nature, and
I believe Algeria used all parts, just the fins are the delectables.
Yeah, that's just honestly, that's the only time I have a true problem with hunting or poaching of well, I always hate poaching, but like I guess so no poaching, but but like with hunting or harvesting of animals is even if it's you kill it humanely, I still view it wrong if you don't use 100% of that material. Or
as much as you can use.
There might be some you can't use.
Spoils, whatever.
Something or like stink pouches.
You made the attempt. Whatever. You made the attempt. We're omnivorous creatures. We were designed to be omnivorous. We have canines for that reason. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here to debate whether carnivorous or herbivorous
human,
people are
all those debates that are about us not being able to aren't meant for red meat and all that. That's starting to get uprooted in a lot of medical culture now. Especially there's people that have only carnivore diets, but that is highly associated with autoimmune disorders.
Yes,
so
exactly.
One thing does not work for everybody.
Exactly.
So somebody should be vegan
that can't process. They can't process dairies. They can't process meats. Sure, go vegan. You know.
100% go. Run with it. Go with it, baby.
You can't process can't process proteins, stuff like that. You can process plant-based stuff. Sure, dude. Go vegan. The same vice versa. You can't take fiber or anything like that. Sure, okay. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm not here to debate that, but what we were created as, you know, we came from omnivorous creatures. We eat both.
I would say even if we're not originally from even back in our line, like creatures before us or anything, carnivorous. we're opportunistically omnivorous so that we evolved to become, you know.
But we totally are.
Yeah, I'm just saying even if somebody goes back to before, well, this only ate bacteria, you know, or just something that's
people try and say chimps are strictly herbivorous. I'm like, dude, are you stupid?
They kill each other and eat each other.
They kill each other. They eat each other. That's in rare occasions, and you don't see them eating meat as much. But here's the big catch of it. Okay, plants are all around. They live in big societies. They live in huge societies. They're gonna eat more plants, of course. It's gonna be very rare that they eat meat, but they do eat meat. They have canines. They have serrating teeth. Okay. They have fangs.
And also humans, like, the diet caters to different lifestyles. Like, a lot of people say that keto is the best diet. Like, because that's what humans were naturally on before. We weren't exposed to as much sugar. Sure. Which, okay, I could see that, like, in the sense, but for everybody, that's not going to work.
Some ways. Yeah. I told you I did keto.
But you're not meant for keto. No. Yeah, you get very sick.
I'm hypoglycemic.
Yeah, but back in the day, they probably thought you had demons or you had you know. But like if you look at the success of Genghis Khan's army, the reason why they were able to chase armies down and get ahead of them days ahead and wait for them and like all that stuff is because they were very low on protein. They ate high legumes. Yeah. So like it's a longer lasting energy compared to.
It sits in your stomach. It sits in your stomach for days.
High fiber. All that fiber you have to break down because no natural organic meat has fiber.
Exactly.
Only plants have fiber.
Exactly.
So it's a lot harder to break down. That's why you have those fiber, because a lot of people hate eating their vegetables. So back in 10 years ago, fiber was really popular. So, on the can.
And you have it on the opposite end of the spectrum, as well as plants are great for storing energy and long-term energy.
But not for good high output and low
high
time.
Output, also increasing the density of muscles, because we need that for hunting. We need that for even gathering, dude.
Yeah.
Even to gather.
Same with keto is that you see a lot of like performance athletes, they might be keto in training, but once they get to performance stages, especially marathon runners, they switch back to a sugar diet because they're eating those high doses of sugar lozenges in their mouth while running, because keto, when you're running only on fat, fat does not last as long and you can't store as high of concentrations. So with sugar, 100%. You can break, you run off it a lot easier. So it really is like any diet is only for a specific, whatever you're going for. There might be a perfect diet for that lifestyle, but that might not be the perfect diet for you. You have to find that.
Exactly.
That's your job.
Exactly.
That's your job.
Exactly. And
it's your life, your job, man.
Yeah. And that might not come for a while. As far as though, what I was saying though is, whoops, my voice just cracked. Like I'm a little 14-year-old boy. What I was saying though is, as far as okay, so when I was in Algeria, they were cutting fins and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I think by culture, sure, doing that kind of stuff and using animals, in a non-conservative way or a conservationist way. It is wrong, but you got to realize this is how they've lived for thousands of years. So
they've been in for the most of their culture, they haven't left that area.
They haven't left that area. Yeah. Relatively speaking,
not so much now.
Yeah,
if we're talking 100 years ago, maybe.
That's about when Algeria was established. I think it was like 60 years ago, 70 years, 80, maybe 80 years ago.
I'm just saying is that as of like within the past 200 to maybe 300 years or 400 is only when humans have been truly like transcontinental.
Yes.
So as in where you were born, you kind of stayed.
You
might
stayed,
have wandered
yeah,
1,000
yeah,
miles in a lifetime, but that was rare for humans to be
your
1,000 miles from where they were born.
Your locale stayed your locale.
Yeah, pretty much most of the time. So like, yeah, that's why that culture gets stuck there, and you know, they don't like to them. They think, oh well, there's thousands of sharks swimming here, but they don't realize that that's the only place where those sharks exist.
Yeah,
you know, to them it's just it could be.
Yeah,
you know, anything that could be. They think that that's where everything, how it is everywhere. You know,
dude. So that kind of brings me into something that like kind of bothered me the other day. So still, I mean, if Trevor wants to say he's a bigger conservationist, I'm not going to argue that. We're both at the ends where it's like we love animals. We think they're and you know it's just a difference of mindset. We're never going to say we agree on everything perfectly. Of course, that's why we're here, and that's why we do it. But one thing I think that we can both agree on is I was reading something as far as SeaWorld, how they're actually going back up in their quarterlies and yearlies.
Yeah, I think that might have to do with marine lands, like out the back door. So like Canada's version of SeaWorld is like they're basically having to sell their whales across the world. They're selling like 80, I think the number was like 80 something whales across the world.
To do what? To release them back?
No, they're probably, well, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get a bill crossed. Like if you're wanting to look for a lot of information about this type of stuff, you should listen to the Philip Demers on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, for sure.
He was I don't know if you remember way back in the news when we were kids. Do you remember?
Blackfish?
No,
Sorry.
before that. Back on the news when we were kids. You remember Save Smooshy the walrus?
Yeah.
That's Philip Demers.
Okay.
He worked at Marineland.
Yeah.
And what happened was he ended up like getting fed up with how the creature's like living situation was, because it's literally you're manipulating. Basically, the way you get them to do tricks is you starve them until they do the tricks, and then you reward them. So when they're doing them in front of all you guys, they're not loving it. The reason why they're going up and doing all those tricks is because they're happy that they're finally getting food, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get it.
That's beyond fucked up.
So, so basically, he started outing that at SeaWorld. I mean, at Marineland in Canada. And from there, they kind of disbanded him. He was never allowed to see this walrus again. Where
that's literally slavery. That's slavery.
To this day, he hasn't seen the walrus, and I think it's like 6 or 7 years. And the reason what happened is they were going to release this walrus out of captivity, I think.
Yeah.
But it attached to him as he's the mother.
I'd heard about that. Yeah,
that he's his mom.
Yeah.
So it won't ever like that walrus
respond to anyone else.
Yes, it won't. Like it's just like that's his mama.
Yeah.
You know. So he's spending all these years, and thankfully through Joe Rogan's podcast, they raised a ton of money for him to fight with these legal battles to put Marineland under. And Marineland's it's out the back door. Like even all of the Canadian press and senators and stuff, like the ones that are trying to uproot him, are finally even like losing all their bearings.
Yeah.
But that I would hope that's why SeaWorld's getting more business. I would hope it's for no other reason rather than other places being closed. Otherwise, that's disgusting.
So what I started reading into is that they're focusing away, and I don't agree with this. Okay, I think SeaWorld should be de-established. I think it had its run. I think the corporation is well enough along and well enough alone.
You can make something else.
You know, exactly. They have Busch Gardens. They have all that stuff.
Beautiful place, though. Busch Gardens.
Yeah, but that's another place that they have animals in captivity, dude. And it's for amusement, dude.
Yeah.
Though they don't do shows and stuff like that. They probably do a few shows. I've never actually been, but
it's a lot more.
It's more like a zoo.
It's a lot more like I've only been to like the Detroit Zoo, but it is way more open and
like eco-friendly. Yeah.
And it's basically Cedar Point built around a zoo. So that's the part I don't like, though.
Yeah.
But they kind of keep the animals separate from the amusement park side because, like, the only thing that goes over them are, like, gondolas.
Sure.
Like, I rode that. But, I mean, I still don't agree with zoos, really. But out of the ones I've been to, like, that is definitely pretty humane. And, like, you can go on, like, a safari. Like, it's an open fields. You're in a truck. Like, but.
There's a place. I can't remember the name of it. We went to it when I was younger. And this place was specifically designed for animals that were hurt at one point and were in rehabilitation, or they were whatever. A beautiful place. That is something that I can get behind.
Yeah, they're
is
not
it a
capable.
sanctuary? Yeah. Is it a sanctuary? Then I can get behind that. Is it a place that parades the fact that they can make these animals fucking do tricks? I will not get behind that.
Oh. It should be amazing enough watching them and like doing their natural thing.
Exactly. Dude, you think about this. Orcas have, and let's say, dude, yeah. What is that noise? Oh. So orcas have like the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean. They have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles, dude, of swimming area. They have, I'm not even underestimating this, like 200 feet by 200 feet in their enclosure. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The parking lot for SeaWorld is probably
It's like
30
times
the size.
bigger. Yeah.
30 times the size.
Did you see that same photo I did?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
it showed the whole park of
The
SeaWorld.
whole park.
It's
Whole
disgusting.
park's massive. The orca enclosure, these are 30-foot beasts.
Oh, yeah.
You know? 30 foot.
Like 2 tail moves and you're at the other end of the tank.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it.
Exactly. These are massive creatures. And we're keeping them. Okay, and so back to what I was saying, as far as like, they're now making it more focused on like roller coasters and stuff like that. They're making it more amusement park.
Mechanical centric.
Yeah. So they're straying away from shows and stuff like that, but they're still doing seal shows, stuff like that. They're just not doing orca shows. They still have like 5 orcas living there at the Orlando one. Dude, that's pathetic. That's
Just let 'em
absolutely.
go.
You can't let them go, but dude, figure something out.
Well, I feel like I'm pretty sure orcas are smart enough. You can let them back out in nature.
Yeah, but the damage has already been done. They don't even know where
They don't have their
They don't even
pod.
know where they got.
Yeah.
Here's something from Blackfish. Have you ever watched Blackfish?
No, but I've
We're gonna have
watched
to watch
everything.
that.
But
I would love to talk about that on the podcast, dude. 100%.
it's probably good I saved to not watch it till now. So you've watched it, and I have.
I watched it, dude. I cried to that movie.
And I have a reaction to it.
Cried to that movie,
Oh, yeah.
dude. So, orcas speak a very distinct language. Okay?
It's more complex than ours.
More complex than ours, and to have when you pick up an orca from the Indian Ocean, you pick up an orca from the Pacific Ocean, they don't understand what each other is saying at all. That's like us speaking to Chinaman. You know what I mean? So you got this going on where all these orcas came and they were forced to breed. Now their offspring live by themselves. And now they have their own dialect. You can't even release them into the wild because they're not going to know how to. They're pack hunters. They're like wolves, right? They're the wolves of the sea.
Worse than wolves in a way, dude. Like they.
Well, no, they're the wolves of the sea. They rely on pack hunting so much.
Yeah.
A wolf cannot.
No, I'm
hunt
just
alone.
saying they're so brutal.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Orcas are the most brutal hunters.
But
on
they're
the
the most
planet.
beautiful, and they
Yeah.
understand.
Well,
That's
they've
the
never.
thing.
They don't kill humans in nature. They
They
only
don't.
only kill
They
people
know.
in enclosures.
They know.
They know we're just there.
And we're not their food.
No, they make you know. Like you can see out in nature. Like you see those whales that are
They'll
coming
rough
up to
you
the
up.
boat. They'll like. The reason why sometimes like people have the cameras out and there's a whale right there, it's probably because they nudged their boat really bit. It's like, yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
Like, you're in our
kinda
world,
shouldn't
baby.
You kind of shouldn't be out here.
Yeah,
That's
you're
kind
in
of
you're in our world, baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a video. Did you see that video that I posted on Facebook about the porpoise?
The one that
Grabbed the dude's
it was
GoPro?
it was the
as a porpoise, as a beluga.
beluga whale.
Yeah. It was porpoise.
It was cute.
Kind of porpoise. But it grabs this dude's GoPro. It realized that this guy's GoPro fell into the water and he wanted it. It grabbed the GoPro, picked it up in its mouth at the bottom of the bed of this lock.
It was probably 40 feet down.
Yeah, 40 feet down, dove down, picked it up, brought it up to him, gave it in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
These things are that smart.
Yeah, and then I was listening to a Radio Lab podcast, which is, by the way, one of the best podcasts you should ever listen to if you're looking to just learn something about and think about anything in a way you think that you'd never think about something ever before. They're a good way about doing that. But they were talking about, there was this cool episode where like there was like a fan forum. It was like you get to argue about who's the smartest animal, right?
Yeah.
And somebody did the sperm whale, and they were talking about how smart sperm whales are, where that their language is so complex. Their language is so complex that they can actually develop specific sounds for specific whales to give specific meanings. Yeah. So like the way that they put it into analogy was, so imagine you're sitting there in the water, you know, you're just looking for some fish, you're chilling, and the next thing you know, from 230 yards away, coming over the rift of the bottom of the ocean floor, you hear the exact call of your ex-girlfriend from 2 years ago, and you see her exact curves and the exact distress call of her making that noise saying, I love you and miss you. So like just in that call, but you can visualize her from that far away and hear her and like echolocate her. Yeah. So like
that's amazing.
Yeah. So like that's the way they put an analogy, and I was like, that's cool.
Their language is the most complex.
Oh yeah,
their prefrontal cortex is a lot.
It's more developed than ours.
Probably, but I'm saying less than killer whales and less than bottlenose dolphins, for sure.
Well, there was science about it that came out, is that when it comes to just the prefrontal cortex, whales have everything humans have, and they have a couple additional packets of brain. So like that's where they believe their extra capabilities of communication come from.
Yep, because we've done so many, dude. As far as like, if you try and like understand the dialect of like a dolphin or something, you can't, because it's got more characters in it. I think it's got more characters in it than like Arabic or something like that. Or they compared it to the most characteristic, like the most
talking speed.
No, the most characters in a language.
Oh,
like the most words and stuff like that.
Words
in a language.
And syllables.
Yeah, and our largest language doesn't even compare. Like Chinese or something. Dude, it's like Arabic, Chinese or something like that. Wow. Mandarin, I don't know. But that just shows you like these things think more than us. They feel depression just like us. They feel every bad, good, great, awful emotion that we feel. They feel it just as well, maybe even better.
Yeah.
Because they don't have, again, going back to this, they don't have fucking social media.
They don't have that to distract
them.
They're
not droning. They're not NPCs, dude.
No, they're just going. They're doing life.
Yeah. Exactly.
Being aware of only what's around them.
Yeah.
Rather than what's not around them at this current moment.
Yeah. Exactly. And, you know, here's a challenge for you guys. Really look around, and one day, you know, when you probably are going to look at your phone, just look around. And maybe other people are going to be on their phone. But look at how desperate it looks. Okay? Look at how ridiculous it looks. When you look around and there's no one looking at you, no one smiling at you, they got their head in their phones. And that's upsetting. That's what we're headed towards. We're headed towards unsocial culture.
Or the way I look at it as part of what I do all the time when I'm driving is take a different road.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put yourself in a different frame.
Yeah. You go about it a different way.
Mm-hmm. Just go about it. And I mean, if you go about it, like if you drive home a different way, if you make your bed a different way, if you wash your hands a different way every day, if you take a shower in a different order every day, you're going to get used to doing things different on a way larger level before you even realize it. It's going to happen before you even get there, before your mind even gets there, because you're used to, it's not even like you won't be uncomfortable doing those, but you'll just be used to like, okay, well, all right, since it looks weird this way, I guess I'll try it this way this time.
Yeah.
You know, instead of like, all right, let's get it back to how I know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then do it, you know, kind of like with the Rubik's Cube. There's hundreds of different like ways the cube can be set to solve it. But, the master players can do it from any angle, where the good players have to, like, go back to the same exact way to know how to solve it every time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, it's like also like forming a habit and breaking a habit. You know what I mean? And we have these habits of like, this is what we do. This is what normalcy is.
Well, then people want to be comfortable too.
Yeah. That dude, have you noticed when things get awkward? And I'm not the person that does this, but I'm the one that looks around and watches people when they do this, and it makes me die, dude. I laugh and I call people out when they do this. But I love making things awkward. I love awkward situations. I thrive on that.
I think we both do.
Yeah. So I'll make something awkward, or something awkward will come up, and not even per se if it's just me and one other person hanging out, but if it's multiple, a big group of people. There's been multiple occasions that I've like looked around, or I've seen just like the whole group of people pull out their phones when something gets awkward and there's a lull in the conversation.
And it's not even like somebody says something that like makes it awkward. It's just like that topic ended. Yeah.
So we can't find something else to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just like kind of look around,
Yeah, dude. I'll wait. I'll wait. Or I'll start saying something. But I love watching. I love watching to see how long the shit goes on. I have a picture on my phone.
Well, we were talking about that. The game that we like to play with people is like if somebody's sitting there and they pull out their phone while you're talking to them.
Wait to see how long.
Yeah, like, well, this is what I brought up at first. Is I said to Barahu that I like to play the game where people will sit on their phone. And you just stop talking and wait.
Oopsies.
And wait till you actually.
Sorry, guys.
You're really distracting me. Right?
Okay. Yeah. What's the game?
But so basically, all it is that you just wait to notice until they like notice that you stop talking.
Yeah.
But you took it even further. Is that like you like to do it so that when people will, you'll just keep talking so that when you're done or like they look back up, you'll be like. They'll just be like, what? Or whatever. Yeah. And then it's just like, you can give them the, you're officially an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. You're officially a dick. You didn't hear anything I said. So what was I talking about? And they'll be like,
I don't pull out my phone in conversations, really.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. You can have a conversation.
Well, me and you walk away from the room when we're on the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody calls?
Or, dude, I'll put you in the conversation with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One of the two. That's fine.
Like, I'll put my phone on speaker. I'm like, hey, this person's here with me. Or, hey, like I've told you, I'll literally answer the phone and be like, I'm hanging out with somebody, dude. It's not the time.
Well, yeah, and that's also something is that every time someone calls to answer the phone doesn't mean you have to talk. Is like everybody needs to understand, too, hey, I do not have time. Okay, bye. Yeah. That's it. Like, a lot of people be like, but I have this one thing to tell you. I do not have time. Some people don't have time, or maybe some people think they don't have enough time, and they should take more time to listen to what people are saying. Yeah. And I mean, it can go many different ways, but it's really just,
yeah, that's, it's upsetting, dude. It's really upsetting. But yeah, do I love it? Do I love watching that kind of weird shit?
In a way, yeah.
Because I realize more than other people.
We like pulling social strings.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, most people will sit there with their fucking phones, dude. My ex, dude, she used to literally sit on her phone for 3-4 hours a night, dude. Like watch a movie. Nothing, dude. Nothing. I'd watch the movie by myself. Like that's upsetting, dude. That's upsetting. I literally turned this on. You wanted to watch it, or like whatever.
Yeah.
Now you're distracting yourself. You can't. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Anyways, people have a hard time.
Well, phones and ADD happens where people don't even have it.
Yeah, exactly.
The phone has really done.
Yeah,
the internet.
Yeah,
just it's giving you one extra thing because like gives you one extra thing to not improve on.
I spoke.
Well, I mean, it gives you one more thing to distract you from improving. Yeah, I guess. So, like, maybe there's a reason why you don't have anything to say in the situation. Is there something you should be thinking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there something you should bring up?
Exactly.
Instead of
what? Watching
instead of going
watching goat videos on Facebook, or watching
seeing what Taylor Swift's last tweet was about calling out some other celebrity. I don't know.
I don't care about that. You know what I mean? What I care about is the things that impact us, the things that are in our control, and dude, spending time with people that I care about and actually enjoying their presence. That's really what's gonna make a life a little bit better. You know what I mean? Is if you can kind of hone those in. And I can't say my life is great, but I've been working on those.
But we're a lot happier when we're in this mode right here.
Yes.
Just like in this setting, because we know it's something we love doing.
Yes.
And that's something too, is a lot of people are like, oh, well, they're just not happy. Well, you can also do the job to make them that happy that day. And then from there, you'll just, it slowly bleeds, because if you put that person in that good mood, because like anytime, look at it, it's like when somebody does something nice for you, you usually try and do nice things for the rest of that day, you know?
Yeah.
It's contagious.
Yeah.
So like, of course, if people
do you remember those kids that we were talking about that I told you about on Ellen? They went on Ellen.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So I see a lot of these where it's kids on Facebook or whatever. It's like a Facebook video.
That's ridiculous.
And I'm gonna go over it with you guys. But basically, they're all textbook, the same plot line. Synopsis is the exact same. So basically, there's these two kids, and they've been bullying this one kid or something along the lines of they were watching him be bullied and they were laughing along. And they said that they, one day stopped bullying him and started like kind of talking to him or whatever. Or they,
I think it was more like he's just like, I was kind of bullying him, and then I realized, hey, that's not nice.
Yeah,
like that's how he said it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then so, what did they do for him?
They got him like 2 pairs of shoes and some jeans or something.
No, that wasn't the one. Maybe it was something.
It was because he had the 2 boxes of shoes in his hand. He looked back. He's like, "You filming?"
He didn't say you filming, but so Ellen goes. She just said, "You had no idea you were being filmed," and he goes. The one kid goes, "No, I didn't know." And she's like, "Oh, so," and she was like buying into it. She's buying into the crap. I could tell. She goes, "Oh, that's so awesome." And he's like, "Yeah, my buddy just, ran up to me." And dude, his storytelling, it's so unbelievable. It's like, he's like, "Yeah, my buddy just walked up to me and like,"
and he just films stuff.
And he just likes to pull out his phone and start filming stuff. And he saw us with the shoes, and he's like, "What are you doing, man?" And so we pulled out his phone, perfect time, or like something like that. I'm like, "Nah, okay, I'm not gonna believe your guys' bullshit." And Will Smith comes out, "Oh, I'm gonna believe everything you guys say. Here's shoes, here's pants, here's this." I'm like, dude, don't reward. First off, if they did it out of the kindness of their heart, don't ever reward bullying, even if it happened in the first place. Okay.
Yeah.
That should have never happened. Those kids should have known from get-go. Don't do that.
Yeah, if like you're truly a good person, know a kid's getting bullied for not having clothes, then you should have just brought him those clothes in the first place. Been like, "Here, dude, like I know that this is a hard time for you. Just take these clothes." Yeah,
exactly. You don't need that. You don't need camera on you. You don't need that camera on you.
Like the way I like people finding out about me doing stuff is like after the fact, and they're like, "Wait, shit, really?" Like that's the way I'd rather have it be. Is like he did that, and it's like,
exactly.
Like it's none of your business.
Exactly.
Like I'm not gonna run around the world telling people something I did that's nice.
Exactly.
Oh, because it's the right thing to do.
It's the right
Why
thing
is that something to brag about? Oh, hey, I'm a good person.
Yeah.
Oh,
watch
when
me.
somebody was depressed or like somebody was going through financial hard trouble, and I gave them money.
Yeah.
I gave them money so that they can pay the bills and their kids are fed.
Yeah.
Ooh, dude, you're painting a really sad, unfortunate situation to be something that you did.
Yeah.
That's nice. Where that's not the case. It should be more along the cases. This family's going through a hard time. Look at how nice these people were to give them money.
Yeah.
And, look at how happy the family was that they got money and their friends sense and they hang out. Like, those are the stories you like to hear, not just like people like, oh, they gave them stuff. Like, it's.
Yeah. The only person that should know that you did a nice thing was the person that received a nice thing from you.
And
if there's more with it, congrats. But there should never be any more.
Give so that your right hand does not know from your left.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. I want to make that person's day. I want to make their fucking week.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do.
Enough.
Yes, exactly. Dude,
smiles enough.
100%. And dude, I get faulted all the time, and I'm sure you do too for being too nice a person.
Sometimes.
Why wouldn't I be one? I want to be too nice a person, dude.
I'm very hard on myself, so I judge myself on my thoughts.
Yeah.
Rather than my doings. A lot of people are able to take those two and separate them. I can't.
Well,
so
dude,
like,
I don't know. I get kind of made fun of for how nice I am to people, and I kind of, to an extent, people that I shouldn't be too nice to, I kind of let them walk all over me, and in other people's argument to their defense. I agree in some situations, but why wouldn't I want to be nice, dude? I believe everything comes full circle. I believe I'm gonna stay the way that I've always been, and I'm not gonna change for anyone. I'm not gonna do anything extra, and I'm not gonna do anything less, because I'm gonna stay the exact way that I am, and I don't care what you say. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Well, and that also plays in with the whole situation of why you're doing things. Is, are you considering that person as a real person?
Yeah.
Like, why are you actually doing that?
Exactly.
So,
Oh, dude, I have the same problem. I guess when like people don't answer and stuff like that. You said this as far as like with me, kind of I don't text back sometimes, but you know I don't like texting. If you call me, I'll call you.
if you don't answer,
I'll call you back
8 hours later, but you call me.
Yeah, but I call you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have people that still this day probably have never texted me back, or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They just, whether it be,
Literally, hey man, how's life?
oh dude, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a friendship, more so relationships, dude. It's like, I guess an example, there's, I care unconditionally about people, and if I don't hear back from you, I'm gonna get worried that something's happened to you. And why wouldn't I, dude? That's our line of communication. If that line of communication is broken, then how am I supposed to know you're okay? It's different if I never said anything and you never hit me back, whatever, dude. But if the line of communication is broken, I'm gonna be worried. Now, if I ask you, hey, are you okay? Like, I'm worried that you're not okay, and then I don't hear anything. It kind of drives me wild. And I think I have this problem where, like, I'm not okay with, I guess, with being in the unknown. That something bad might have happened. My own mind always goes to the worst. But I mean, that's something that I get faulted for. People are like, dude, it's kind of like annoying and like whatever. I'm like, dude, I care about you guys.
Yeah.
I
no,
care
that's
about
something
you.
that I don't understand. It's people like, why are you even worrying? It's like, well, come on.
Because I care about you.
Yeah.
Even if you're somebody, dude, even if you're somebody that I've known for 2 days, I care. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird. I don't see this with anybody else really, dude. But I care. I don't give a shit who you are, dude. You might be my worst enemy, dude. I care, dude. I care about your well-being. I care that you're healthy, you're safe. That's it.
Yeah.
Whether you're fucking fucked up in the head, I could give a fuck less.
Well, so
I'm just like, dude,
I'll say fuck you, but at the end of
Yeah.
the day, I'm not gonna actually act like I'll say bad things because I'm angry at them or at something, but I'm not actually like at the end of the day, like I'll be like, nah, I don't mean that.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's when I try and retract and improve, and like you don't say that type of shit, and if you think it, just let yourself think it. It'll eventually disappear if you don't say it. So it's all habits and like I can say like I'm guilty of not answering at some points, but most of the time, like especially in the past year and a half or so, like I fell off the radar pretty hard with a lot of people because I've folded in on myself to concentrate and take the time to work on myself, which a lot of people think is a pretty cliche thing to do, but it turns out some of the people that would try and get a hold of me and stuff, they would talk and try and see what's up, and I would answer and eventually not talk to them. They'd be like, yeah, we got to hang out, blah, blah, blah. But, there'd be some other people that would just be, why aren't you responding? And half the time, it would be some people that were like, you're almost a crutch to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, they need you to help solve problems where in reality, you need to consider what your life is and what your problems are.
Yeah.
So taking in the whole note, I guess, of like caring about people too is like just because somebody does not answer also does not mean they don't care.
Yeah.
But also if if somebody texts you, you don't answer, and they text you back like, "Yo, dog, are you okay?"
Yeah.
That is the cue to answer.
Yeah.
That is definitely the cue.
Dude,
for sure.
I don't care. Here's the thing. I don't care if you hate me. If for some reason. Hey,
At least tell you.
Just tell me. Just tell me, hey, I don't want to talk to you. Hey, I don't want to talk to you. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. I have no ill will towards anybody that said that.
Yeah, of course.
Dude, I might not be your cup of tea. That's fine.
Yeah, and that's an issue. It's like a lot of people, they need everyone to like them.
Yeah. So they won't say anything. They won't respond or whatever. Mm-hmm. They think leaving it on a note where you're a little bit more confrontational is a bad thing. Or, having some sort of resolve is a bad thing. They want to leave things open-ended so they can pick it back up.
Yeah.
Whether that be with a friendship. Dude, I've had friends do that to me before, too. I've had girls do that to me before, too.
Well, just to even bring up a specific example is just like to even tie this together, to bring together a point is like, and what you're saying is, yes, I agree, because friendships and like strongest relationships that you have, usually you've experienced the biggest faults with each other. Yeah. So like with me and you is like part of that fallout. I didn't talk to you for a while, even personally. Yeah. And so like you coming back, like I can concur that you were only genuinely worried. Yeah. When I was adamant. And when I was first talking to you, like the first time I came back and spoke to you, I was expecting you to be pissed off and mad. Yeah. But literally, it was probably the worst of the extent of it was like, "Hey, what's up, dickhead? Why didn't you talk to me in forever?"
Yeah.
That was
exactly.
like, it, so like
probably something like that.
And I told him my reasoning behind all of it, and it's like, okay, I understand. Yeah. And you'd be surprised at how many people would understand if you actually take the time to explain, and you also take the time to listen.
Exactly.
And not a lot of people, they just hear the first response and flip of a switch. That's what they got. That's what they got.
Yeah, dude, guys, care about one another. That's the get go of it all.
Yeah. If we didn't listen to our own advice, we wouldn't be doing this podcast.
Yeah. Well, I don't listen to my own advice, but I listen to my friends' advice.
Do you know what
people like you? Peer advice, which is pretty much a reflection of my own advice.
We take other people's advice.
If I listen to my own advice, I'd be a fucking psychopath.
We wouldn't be here if we didn't have that morality between us in general, you know? Exactly. And like good things don't happen unless it's granted most of the time.
Yes, exactly. But anyways, all right, guys. Well, we're probably going to end it right here. That's a good time to end it.
Seems like a good spot. We wanted to do a quick shout out to our boy Anthony, though.
Yeah,
with
we already hit it with that, but still at the same point, Anthony Maldonado. You guys need pictures taken. He does weddings. Mm-hmm. He did even photo shoots for us for the Surreal Series.
He'll meet you wherever. If it's convenient and it's a cool place. Yep. He'll walk around and try and find a good spot.
Yeah, exactly.
He won't take a photo to get you out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's gonna take a photo.
And you want to have good conversation too while you're getting those pictures done. Mm-hmm. He won't charge you an arm and a leg. He's just a great guy. He's a great guy to be around. Always takes care of you. He did our podcast music too. So I guess if you guys need beats, stuff like that, definitely hit him up. You can go within the link. Well, we're not probably gonna link him, but you guys can message me or something on Twitter or on Facebook. I'm sure most of you guys
will end up messaging him and trying to find a link to, I don't know if he has most of his work posted on Instagram or if he has a primary link on SoundCloud. We're going to try and we'll end up tweeting something tonight or in the next couple days once we get information on that, to be honest. So,
and as far as that, well, you guys have a great night and a great week. And Trevor's going to leave you with a little quote that we pulled together.
Oh, yeah. And this is only going off of our, we both have a very heavy weight and the time, part of life of like mental illness and depression, anxiety. And so we want that to always be kind of a facet of our podcast and something that we concentrate on, how important it is to take care of your mental health. And because it's just like an organ like anything else. It's like your eye going to the eye doctor. It's like your liver. It's like your kidneys, whatever, your stomach. You're going to have to do specific things to take care of it. And if you don't feed it the right fuel, you're not going to have the right results. And part of the right fuel is surrounding yourself with good literature, good music, good movies. So part of the podcast is we're always going to try and leave off on a good note, a good quote. And this was a good quote from Amelia Barr, which was, "It is only in sorrow bad weather masters us, but in joy we face the storm and defy it." And we really like that quote. It's a good one. But thank you guys for the listens.
This is Surreal Series, baby.